Today we are going to learn chapter number 4, that is effect of electrical current. In this chapter, first of all we will discuss about conductor and insulator. These terms you have already learned in the previous classes, conductor and insulator. I will define the term first of all, conductor. The substance or material which have very low resistance, that is called as conductor. We can also define insulator, the substance or material which have very high resistance, they are called as resistance. They are called as insulator. The example of conductors are all metals are good conductor of electricity, and glass, rubber, wood, these are all insulator. There is always question in a board examination, write the difference between conductor and insulator. You should write the definition of conductor and insulator, then give example of both conductor and insulator. In a previous classes, you already learned about the electrical current. Suppose when the piece of iron which is resting on the ground, we does not get shock. Why we does not get shock? Because electrical current is not flowing through this piece of iron. But when we connect this piece of wire in an electrical circuit, then the current will start to flow. Then which factor is causes to flow this electrical current? In a conductor, there are free electrons are present. When this piece of iron is not connected in electrical circuit, they are in a random motion. But when we connect in a electrical circuit, in a simple electrical circuit, they will be transferred some electrical charge from one electron to another electron. We will discuss about in this chapter in detail. First of all, I will discuss about free electrons. This term is also you already learned in a previous classes. Free electrons means you already also learn about the structure of an atom in a previous classes. The number of electrons which are present in the last orbit, they are loosely bonded with nucleus, and these electrons are called as free electrons. In a metal, in a last orbit, 1 to 3 electrons are present, and all these 3 electrons, 1, 2, 3, they are called as free electrons. They easily transfer from the outermost shell to the another orbit, another shell of the another atom, to form positive negative charge ion, positive ion, and to form compound. The another thing which is static electricity. The static electricity means there are two types of charge are present in static electricity, positive charge and negative charge. When the negative charge will be transferred from one object to another object, then the object becomes negatively charged. For example, when we rub a glass rod on wool or egnoid rod on a silk, then the object becomes positive or negative charge. Means the negative charge will be transferred from one object to another object. I will also discuss about electrical current. What do you mean by electrical current? Current, when the charge will be start to flow from one end to another end, then we can, the electrical charge which is flow from one end to another end, then we can say that electrical current will be flowing from one end to another end. For example, I will give some another example. Suppose the overhead tank which is fitted on your terrace, which is fill of water, and when we allow to flow this water to the basin, the water will start to flow from this overhead tank to the basin. This flow of water is called as water current. The another example of water current, the water flow in a river, it is also called as a water current. Another example, in the morning when we open the window, then at that time the breeze will come from the window. That is called as air current. Means air current, water current, electrical current, when that substance will start to flow, then we can say that a current of that particular substance. When electrical charge flow from one substance from one end to another end, then we can say electrical current. When water will start to flow from one end to another end, then we can say that water current. When will be breeze will be start to flow from one side to another side, then it is known as air current. In this chapter, we will discuss about electromagnetic induction, electrical generator, energy transfer from in an electrical circuit, different rules which is related about electromagnetic induction and electrical current. First, then you can observe the figure which is given in the book on the page number 47. That is figure number 4.1. The different type of devices will be given in that pictures, like electrical bell, then electrical heater will be given, TV will be given. In these devices, the electrical current will be transferred from one form to another form. In the next unit, we will discuss about energy transfer, how the energy will be transferred in an electrical circuit. Now we are going to learn the next unit, that is electrical current transfer in an electrical circuit. For this, we will discuss about one activity. Here, different components are connected in this electrical circuit. This is connecting wire. This is voltmeter. This voltmeter will be measure the potential difference between this A and B. This AB will be resistor. We can indicate the resistor with this sign. The ammeter will be connected here. When the current will be passing through this electrical circuit, some charge will be flowing through this electrical circuit. Suppose the charge which is flowing through this electrical circuit is Q. When the charge flowing through this electrical circuit, it will be transferred through this AB, and some work will be done. The work will be done due to the charge, that is W is equal to P into Q. In a previous chapter, you also learn about the potential difference. Potential difference means the ratio of work done with charge. And what do you mean by current? In the previous lesson, you also learn about the electrical current. Electrical current will be the ratio of charge with time. From this definition of potential difference, we can calculate the work. Means here the potential, to measure the potential difference of AB resistor, we will connect this voltmeter here. One thing always remember, that voltmeter will be connected parallel always in an electrical circuit. You also connect here ammeter in an electrical circuit which is connected in series. You always remember that ammeter should be connected in a series only. When the Q charge flowing through this in an electrical circuit, this charge will be passing through this AB resistor, and the work done will be V into Q. To do this work, from where this energy will become? This energy will be supplied from this electrical cell, and this energy The time required for to do this work, that is T. In time T, the work done will be W into Q. This energy which is supplied by this electrical cell to this resistor, that is equal to, this energy is equal to P into Q. This potential difference between AB will be, we can indicate like PAB. Instead of B, here we can write AB. This potential difference will be between AB resistor. This energy will be transferred from this AB resistor. This energy convert into the heat energy. This energy will be converted into the heat energy. Suppose when we replace this AB resistor with another device, what will happen? Suppose we will connect here electrical motor. What happen? This electrical motor will be, this electrical energy which is supplied by this electrical cell will be converted into the mechanical energy. Then what is power? What is power? Power will be energy in a time required. Here the energy supplied by this electrical cell will be V into Q, and this energy supply in time T, that is time T. By putting this value here, we can write power V into Q divided by time T. But what is current? Current will be the ratio of Q upon T. You always measure the charge with coulomb and time in second, and electrical current with ampere. When 1 coulomb of charge flowing through the electrical circuit for 1 second, again we can say the current flowing through the electrical circuit will be 1 ampere. Instead of, when we separate this like this, P into Q by T, then instead of Q by T we can write here I. So power is equal to V by I. This V potential difference will be of resistor AB. So therefore we can write here P is equal to VAB into I. Now we are going to learn about Joule's law. Joule's law. Before that, we will discuss about electrical power. Electrical power will be the energy in a time required. That is V into Q divided by T. That is V into R, because the electrical current will be the ratio of Q by T. This potential difference will be of this resistor, therefore we can write here VB into R. The energy which is get to this resistor AB will be supplied by this electrical cell in time T. Then this energy which is supplied by this electrical cell to this resistor, it will be connected, it will be converted into the heat energy. Then how we will calculate the heat energy produced in this resistor? This energy which is produced in this resistor will be equal to the power into T. How many power will be supplied in an electrical circuit for what time? The multiplication of this to this quantity will be give us the calculation of heat produced in the electrical circuit. But what is electrical power? Suppose this is equation number 1. If you put this value here of electrical power, then we will get H is equal to PAB into R into T. By using Ohm's law, you know that Ohm's law will be P is equal to IR. By putting the value of V here, P, by putting the value of V here, we can write here IR into R into T. This I into I becomes square I square RT. The heat produced in this electrical circuit will be equal to I square RT. This H, the heat produced in this electrical circuit will be I square RT, and this is nothing but Joule's law. And you always remember, there is always question in a board examination, explain Joule's law. This heat produced in this electrical circuit will be always directly proportional to the square of the current, the resistance, and the time t. We can explain this in another form. H is equal to PT. H is equal to PT. You can apply here Ohm's law. You can also apply here Ohm's law. That is V is equal to IR. That is V is equal to IR. H is equal to, replace the value of P with the electrical power, that is VI. VIT. Here you can write here H equal to VIT. By applying the Ohm's law here, we can multiply here. In this case, this is first case, this is second case. By multiplying R here and divided by R, we can write here, instead of this V, instead of I into R, we can write V here. This V will be potential difference of this resistor. Therefore, we can write here VAB. Instead of IR into, we can write VAB into T by R. We can write here VAB square into T by R. In the second case, we can write here the same value of Ohm's law instead of V, that is IR into IT, means I square RT. This is nothing but Joule's law. This is another method. I will explain this. Now we will discuss about unit of electrical power. Electrical power. Electrical power is equal to VAB into I. Means volt, the unit of volt will be, voltage will be volt, into the unit of current will be ampere. What is volt? How we can define the volt? The volt will be defined as a, when 1 joule of work will be done, when 1 coulomb of charge will be flowing through the electrical circuit. And what do you mean by 1 ampere? The ampere will be when 1 coulomb of charge will be flowing in 1 second. By putting this value here, 1J by 1C into 1C by 1S. This 1C gets cancelled. Then we get 1 joule per second. 1 joule per 1 second. That is nothing but 1 watt. The smallest unit of electrical power should be 1 watt. From Joule's law, we can get these three formula. That is H equal to VIT, H is equal to I square RT, H is equal to V square AB T divided by R. There is always question in a board examination on this formula. We will try to solve one problem here. Calculate the heat produced in a calorie when a current of 0.1 ampere is passed through the wire of a resistance 41.8 ohm for 10 minutes. In this problem, you should calculate heat generated. First of all, when you solve this problem, write down the given data. Here, current will be 0.1 ampere, resistance will be 41.8 ohm, and time will be 10 minutes. You should calculate the heat generated in this problem. When you solve these problems, first of all, you should convert all the terms in a one system. We always use two type of system, MKS and CGS. Here, the current will be measured in ampere, that is MKS system. The ohm will be MKS system, but time will be in a minute. So you should convert this time into second, because second is the MKS unit of time. So how you will convert this 10 minutes into the second? You know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Here the current will be passing through the electrical circuit for 10 minutes. So you should convert this 10 minutes into second by multiplying 60. Then you will get 600. This 600 will be time in second. Then first of all, you should decide which formula we can use here. Here current will be given, resistance will be given, time will be given. You should calculate heat. Choose the formula in which these physical quantities are given. We can choose the second number formula, that is H is equal to I square RT. Because in this formula, current, resistance and time will be given. Here, the value of current will be 0.1 square, resistance will be 40.8 ohm, into time will be 600. One thing here remember, the heat, we calculate heat always in a calories. When you convert the calorie, you should divide all this divided by 4.118 joule. Then all these quantity will convert into the joule. So by calculating this, 0.1 into 0.1 into 40.18 into 600 divided by 4.180. The answer will be by calculating all this, the answer will be near about 60 calorie, because we can measure the heat into the calorie.